Good morning, Chiang Mai, Thailand. Tuo Cruz here, checking in with
Goodness.
And we're also here with
Lawrence.
So Lawrence here is hosting us up here in Chiang Mai for our first few days here, and he's kindly offered us some bikes for us to borrow and do a nice ride. So he's going to be showing us around his local area. So today's bike, I'll be riding a giant Defy. Tun's on a sort of hybrid road bike. She's on a Schwinn, and Lawrence is riding a Lightspeed road bike. So pretty excited to get started with today's ride. Let's go ahead and get started.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. So after over a month of traveling, preparing to leave our apartment in Japan, arriving here in Bangkok, Thailand, we finally made our way up here to the northern mountain town of Chiang Mai, Thailand. We've been waiting for this for so long, and over this time we've mainly just been riding our folding bikes, which has been great. It's been great to experience a different form of cycling. It's been great to experience the convenience of just getting around town with folding bikes, but nothing beats getting back on a full-size bike, cycling on some nice roads. After riding in Bangkok for the last week, things were a little bit chaotic there. They had some really nice parks, which were great for riding and just like casually cycling, but the loops are really short, usually about like 2 or 3 kilometers. And you can see out here, these countryside roads in Chiang Mai are pretty nice. Not too much car traffic in comparison. The roads are not too narrow and decently smooth. So I'm pretty excited to show you guys on today's ride. Actually, I did do a little sneak peek last night. So yesterday we arrived here by the night train, which we arrived at 7 a.m., which is a really early morning for us. Normally we sleep in because my old work started at noon. I'd always work the night shift, so it's a big change for us, but check out this glorious view. Beautiful farm side all around, mountains off in the distance. And the best thing is we've got a nice crisp air. So it's about actually 8:30 right now. We woke up early this morning. Lawrence cooked us some waffles. Him and his wife helped cook us some waffles. It was actually Tunshan's first time eating waffles, so that was really good. And so yeah, we arrived early morning yesterday. Tun couldn't sleep very well on the train, so she stayed. She took a nap at their home while Lawrence and I went out for our first ride. So I got my first exposure seeing this beautiful area, and he just lives in a really nice area. So we're actually a little bit outside of Chiang Mai right now. We're about, I think, 15 kilometers northeast. So I think it's a little bit more peaceful out here, a little bit more countryside. We're separated from the center of the city, but already really impressed with the beautiful riding here, the nice roads, and the escape from Bangkok traffic is also really nice. I think Tunshan is also pretty excited to be back out on a full-size bike again. Kimachi na. So a decent amount of traffic out here early in the morning. When we went on our ride last afternoon, there was no one out on the road. It was really nice, but I will say the weather is really nice right now. It's surprisingly cool for like Thailand this time of day, but later on in the afternoon, it gets really toasty, like about 35 degrees Celsius. So you're baking. We actually went to a little onsen. They had a foot hot spring nearby, and Tun got her first ever foot massage there. So that was a fun experience. Already having a blast here for our first few days here in Chiang Mai. Yeah, and it's just crazy how different it is. Like we expected good riding here in Chiang Mai, but we'd never actually been here. We'd never actually experienced the cycling here before. So to finally make it over here, to finally experience this for ourselves, it's just a beautiful area all around. There's so many, I think this is a little bit more of a affluent neighborhood. There's a lot of nice houses around here, a lot of nice different restaurants, cafes, stuff like that. So I think on today's ride, Lawrence is going to show us a couple of the cool nearby attractions. I think there's another bike company like a Thai-based bike company. We're gonna head over there, show you guys that. I think it's called Kaze Bikes, which ironically is the name of our old local bike shop in Japan. So it's a Japanese word. I think it's like a Japan-inspired company. That's why they have the Japanese name. So we're gonna be riding towards their headquarters today. Hopefully film a little video in there. Tunchan's in beast mode today, keeping up on a road bike ride on the hybrid bike. Unfortunately, he didn't have another road bike for her size, and that bike's too small for either of us, so she's the one working the hardest out of all of us today. Passing by Buddha statue here. The Thai temples are really beautiful, and there's just so many of them around here.
Thai temples always face east. There are two things I hardly ever say in Thai.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Really?
I say thank you in English.
Uh-huh.
And I say good morning. And when you do that, people kind of take it as you're giving a little face.
Uh-huh. You're allowing them to like speak a little like simple English and be more confident. Yeah. So Lawrence here is actually like fluent in Thai. Like he's probably much more fluent in Thai than I am in Japanese. He's lived here for about 40 years total?
No, 15. As most.
Oh, you started here.
Yeah.
You started here 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Then you went back to the US,
Right.
and then you came back here.
Right. 10 and a half years now.
Yeah.
This is the road to Macho University. It's the quiet road to Macho University.
Uh-huh.
Over here to our left is a golf course, a little cheap 9-hole golf course that people go to keep in practice.
Are there a lot of golf courses around this area then?
Yeah, see the green over there, the private?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's so nice to actually like ride this time of the day. Like compared to our ride yesterday. Yeah. Yesterday was just steaming hot the whole ride.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't too bad because of all the like different canopies, but like right now it's just like a cool kind of crisp breeze.
It's beautiful.
Even in like the hot time of the year, are the mornings still kind of cool like this?
Yeah, that's the only way to go when it's hot.
Yeah.
When it's really hot.
The other thing we've noticed here so far is there's a lot of stray dogs, so Lawrence actually, he carries a bottle of vinegar in his bike just in case he gets chased. We fortunately haven't had too many bad experiences yet, but I did get bit or nibbled a little bit when we were riding in Bangkok near the canals. And the buildings here are so colorful, like even just the walls, like the different colors. The building, like there are some unique houses in Japan every once in a while, but for the most part people stick with the standard like brown or white, like really simple colors. And at the same time they've also got like really modern design buildings like this one over here. Just a weird mix.
No zoning.
No zoning. Yeah, I think things are a lot more interesting when there aren't too like strict of zoning regulations. You can just get a nice mix of different houses, as long as you don't have a factory built nearby.
A lot of the factories around here are either plastics
Uh-huh.
or food processing.
Oh, really?
A lot of food, yeah.
What kind of food processing do they do?
Canning pineapples,
Uh-huh.
milling rice,
Yep.
other fruits, canning fruits. There are some fields up to the north here. They grow rice in the wet season, but in the dry season, they grow potatoes under contract to Frito-Lay,
Oh, wow.
and they go straight to the potato chip factory.
All right. So if you're watching and eating some Frito-Lay chips, there's a good chance your potatoes might be coming from around here. So yeah, we're back onto like a main road right now, and you can see the traffic has picked up a little bit, but we still got a decent shoulder over here. Not too much traffic. Still totally comfortable for riding. And this is like the morning rush hour time, so if you ride at different times of the day, either before this or after this, it should be a little bit better. There are some things you need to be careful about while riding here though. There's a lot of these grates on the ground you can see here, so if you're riding small tires, sometimes those are a little bit worrying, and then sometimes cars just pop out of the road, so it's good not to stay too far to the side of the road, we found. Another thing we're excited about, you can see off in the distance we got some massive mountains. There's a lot of good mountain rides we can do here. I don't think Toon's gonna do that on the hybrid bike though. We're gonna have to get her a nice light road bike so she can do that ride.
So once I was stopped here, and a guy pulled up next to me on a motorbike, and he reached over and he squeezed my seat. He said he wanted to see if it was soft. I said, it doesn't have to be soft. Hard ass. We're going out here probably 500 meters and then left.
Okay. Dozo saki ni. We found it's actually kind of safer to ride behind those shops on those bikes because they tend to drive really safely and more slow. So if you ride behind them, you're generally like assured like a safe path. But after we rode in Bangkok for a week, so this is nothing new. So let's turn off that main road. And yeah, just like that, here we are. A lot more quiet, more scenic. Nice little road here. Of course, we got our 7-Elevens. Mountains off in the distance. Here we go. No climbing today though. It is so nice to be back in our cycling gear. We've had all of our stuff like packed in our suitcase for the last month. We haven't been able to use it. So it feels so good to be wearing our Santic cycling kits again. So a big shout out to our clothing sponsor Santic, who provides us with all of our cycling gear. We've got our shoes, we've got our shorts, we've got our jersey, we've got our gloves. All awesome gear, all from Santic. Great gear, great affordable price. Go check out their website. You can check out some of their kits, maybe get the same kits that we're wearing. And yeah, like we've loved the folding bikes for the last month. We've loved cycling in some normal clothes, but nothing beats doing a full-size ride with some spandex and just getting out, going for a nice ride. The other crazy thing about riding here is like, yeah, we're in a valley area right now, but if I check my cycle computer, it only shows we've climbed like 3 meters so far, which is insane to think about because in our cycling in our hometown in Japan, like we couldn't go a kilometer without like a decent amount of climbing. So the flat areas here are really flat, and then when you're in the mountains you can get some decent climbing. So it's nice that you can sort of separate it. But these roads are like really windy, zigzaggy, lots of turns, just beautiful views everywhere. Kirei da ne. Loving all the different like random animals and livestock they got around as well. Passing through another little temple here. Everything, they've got the lanterns up for the festival, which was this last weekend, which unfortunately we just missed the festival. We wanted to come here last Wednesday. We tried booking a train ticket, but everything was fully booked. We didn't realize the festival was going on, so poor planning on our part. So we had to arrive the weekend after the festival. But they still got a lot of the decorations up, so we still get to see those. It looks really nice.
Flowers, they grow flowers. There's a field of corn. Those are probably chrysanthemums, maybe salvia.
Uh-huh.
But they grow a lot of flowers up here. In fact, it's a thing. In the winter, like in January, tour groups will come up from Bangkok just to see the flowers in the fields.
Oh, really?
And they'll put up like a little tower for people to climb up. You know, the young couples in law will come, and the newlyweds.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Are these lavenders?
Maybe, yeah.
No? Tung says no. What are these, Tun-chan?
I don't know. I know Vietnamese, but I don't know.
Okay.
Sen.
Okay, in Vietnamese, what are they called?
Hoa cúc.
Hoa cúc. I know hoa means flower. Oh, wow. I think we're going to turn in here. This looks really nice. All right, check this out. Beautiful little flower garden here. Very nice.
You can see it's irrigated also. The soil is wet between the furrows.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got moss roses down there at the end of every row.
Yeah, so Lawrence here is also an expert gardener or agriculture expert. So he's been teaching us all about all the different farms here, what they're doing. Beautiful area here. I think we're going to continue on this way, you said?
Yeah.
Just explore some new roads. And these are the lanterns here they have for the, what was the festival called, by the way?
Yipeng.
And what does that celebrate?
Light.
Just celebrate lights?
The full moon. It's a kind of a harvest festival, the full moon of the 12th month, 12th lunar month.
All right, so yeah, they still got all these different lanterns decorated all around the businesses here. So let's continue on with our ride. We're also excited about all the different gravel here. You have to search so hard to find little gravel roads like this in Japan, but there's a bunch of them here. This one was pretty short though, but there are some longer ones. You don't have to search too hard to find it. Luckily, I've got gravel tires on my bike. Wow. Beautiful. They even have like a photo booth. Oh wow.
That's the Ping River.
Yeah, it's beautiful. There's a giant drop down to the river there, backdropped with the mountains. Beautiful view.
Very valuable property over there.
I bet. Exiting the village. Oh, is this it?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We've arrived at the sort of bike shop headquarters. That's cool. They got this nifty little ramp here. All right, we just finished up our bike shop tour. That was awesome. We got way more than we were expecting. Beautiful place. Lots of cool bikes. But now it's time for us to continue on our ride. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Where's Lawrence's let's go?
Let's go.
So we were actually in there for quite a while. I think a couple hours. It was great. They showed us all their bikes. They showed us their warehouse. Toon got a bike fit. And we really love their bikes. Like, that's our top contender right now for our new bikes that we're gonna get here. We thought about getting something used, but yeah, the prices here are so good. And Chun-chan really likes the look of the bikes, but so yeah, it's about 12 o'clock now, and it's way hotter outside now. We've got the sun beating down on us. Chun-chan put on her sun-blocking arm warmers or arm covers. And you also notice in her back pocket, in all our back pockets, they gave us some free t-shirts. How cool is that? So let us know in the comments if you've heard of that company before, Kaze. I never heard of it before coming here until Lawrence recommended it to me and told me about it, but I guess they're pretty big in the cycling scene here in Thailand. They're an up-and-coming brand that started 6 years ago. They outsource some of the bike design to some European engineers, and they have a contract with a factory in China who builds the frames, and then they bring all the parts here, build up everything in Thailand. Lots of cool models. Going under a bridge here. It was also really funny when we were in the bike shop getting Chun-chan's bike fit done. We weren't planning to get a bike fit. We just wanted to check her measurements to make sure if we get one of their bikes, we get the right frame size, because they don't have a size 51. They only have a size 52. So we wanted to make sure it would be better to go a size up or go a size down. They ended up giving her a full bike fit and doing an analysis on her fit. And it turns out she's a really big gear pusher. I knew she was a big gear masher, but she's a pusher. She doesn't really pull on the pedals. So we got to work on that balance. They recommended her to do some one-leg drills, focusing on pushing and pulling. And yeah, just crazy different weather right now. Like it was so cool and brisk this morning, and now it's the sun's just beating on us. The temperature is not so bad here in Thailand. Like it does seem pretty hot, like 33 degrees Celsius, but really it's not that bad when you're in the shade. There's a lot of tree cover. We've got some tree cover here, and when you're in the tree cover, it's really nice. But when you're in the direct sunlight, it's just way worse. Like right here, it's really nice. It's kind of cool again. All right, looks like we're gonna stop here, get some lunch.
It's a curry noodle.
Oh yeah, we haven't had those yet.
Beef Kao Soi. But you can also have noodles, like egg noodles.
So it's like kind of beef curry noodle?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
That's what I'm having.
Yeah, I'd like that. So we parked our bikes over there. We got a nice little table over here. Nice protection from the shade, and they've got some kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh money here. That's pretty funny.
Maybe you shouldn't get it.
In hot weather, I don't want to eat spicy food. Are you dying?
All right, so Lawrence has taken us here. I guess the recommended dish is the spicy
Kao
beef
Soi.
Kao Soi. So it's kind of like a curry noodle with beef,
Curry noodles.
a little bit spicy. But Tuan-chan is a little bit worried about the spicy food in the hot weather, so we're gonna share that, one of those, and he also ordered, what else did you order for her?
Egg noodles with pork meatballs.
Okay, so a little bit of a safer option, less spicy. All right, and our food has arrived. We've got some Kao Soi and the not so spicy noodles. And this looks pretty good. I think Tuan-chan is pretty
I
excited.
want to eat.
辛いんだけど大丈夫?
Look at that.
All right, let's dig in. This looks so good. Good smell. So let's squeeze the lime and put some of our, not lemon, green lemon. Let's put in our dishes. Let's mix it up.
Good.
Good. Not spicy.
No.
Good.
What did you say? No.
So first we ordered 3 of these, and then Tun said, I don't want to eat spicy food, so we ordered this one for her, the not spicy version. And now she's taking the beef noodles.
For you.
For you.
For me.
Here, you can spice it.
All right, Tun-chan's in paradise now. Done with lunch, back on the road. Man, it's still so crazy to me how spicy a lot of the Thai food is, considering like the hot weather. Just to go from being in this beating sun to eating some spicy food again. Don't know how people do it, but can't deny that it is pretty tasty. Looks like we got some nice little gated kind of community here. Some nicer houses here anyway. Yeah, overall this area is just really nice. Lots of nice little cafes, lots of nice houses, nice streets. Not too busy roads. Some cattle over here. And beautiful temple straight ahead. We're starting to loop our way back towards Lawrence's home, riding through a little part of town here. Looks like lots of little side businesses here on the side of the road. Lots of activity. And they're selling pink eggs there. That was interesting. Yeah, there's also lots of speed bumps here we've noticed to help keep the traffic speed lower. This looks like another planned neighborhood here. These seem to be popping up a little bit more here recently. I think things are a lot more interesting when there's unique buildings side by side rather than having like the same building repeated. We got some nice houses here. Whole different side of Thailand here. Just beautiful twists and turns through the fields. どう初めてのチェンマイのライド
Good.
Good?
天気がいいね。
うん、
道もいいと思う。
朝涼しかったね。
そう。
山もないね。
Yeah.
Like flat ride.
Yes.
Alright guys, that's it for today's ride. Thanks as always for watching, and make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned for our upcoming cycling adventures here in Chiang Mai. This week we're going to be searching for a new apartment, a new place to live. We're going to continue looking at some of the bike shops here, try and find some different good bike options. So if you have any recommended shops, any good places to stay, any good routes, let us know. Big thank you to Lawrence for helping giving us a tour on today's ride and hosting us for a couple days. Anyway, that's it for today's video, guys. A special thank you to all of our awesome supporters over on Patreon. Thanks to your guys' support, we're able to continue filming videos like this. Also, a big thank you to our clothing sponsor, Santic. It feels really good to be back in our cycling clothes, back on full-size bikes, doing our ride. Go check out Santic's website so you can check out their shoes, their cycling shorts, their bibs. That's it for today's video, guys. See you next time on Tubo Cruise.